Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello, wild ones. We're here. We're live in the Wild, Wealthy, and Well-Known Soulpreneurs group. Today is going to be a super tantalizing topic. I wanted to change my word. What do I usually say? Juicy, exciting, because I am known as an activator. I'm hearing this more and more every day. My transmissions and my programs and offerings are like a creative catalyst. It's an expansive energy. And I'm learning from my astrologers that I have double Jupiter energy. And it's really a beautiful expression to be in my world, to be activated in that way, to be your most expansive self as well. And so I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do. I do have roadmaps and frameworks and codes, and I love passing on what really works for my clients and for you out there who are building and growing businesses that you want to be wildly in love with. We're not trying to grow a business that in a year you want to light on fire because it doesn't serve you. You don't love it. It's not what lights you up. And so you light it up. We want to start with the foundations of a business that give you space, that have you aligned with your natural drive towards freedom, and have you working in your most aligned energy. So today's topic is all around 3 unconventional ways to double your revenue, no matter what is happening in your personal life. Now, I know that as a soul-led leader, that we are not immune to the natural ebbs and flows of life. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been traveling as an entrepreneur, sharing my voice, sharing my wisdom for over 10 years. In the last 4 years, I've been helping people to grow their businesses and focusing primarily on soul-led leaders, helping them to create offerings that really inspire people to change and inspire people to expand and inspire people and guide people and help people to release. So we are holistic, whole humans. And today I'm going to share with you 3 unconventional, little known ways that you get to double your revenue no matter what season of life you're in, no matter what phase of business you're in, you get to grow. And the natural trajectory, if you take a look at your life, is a growth trajectory. You have been on the rise. If you take a step back, zoom out, zoom above, take an eagle's eye perspective, you have been growing. You've been in this game of self-development for a long time, maybe even lifetimes. And so today, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you, and I'm not going to give you something that we've already talked about in length. So I'm going to give you some unconventional ways, things I've only ever had conversations with my paying clients around, and I'm going to download you with some some interesting and some new ways for you to double your revenue no matter what's happening in your personal life. So let me know, has anybody ever had a blip in their personal life that almost destroyed their business? Or have you been in a season of life where you really couldn't give your business the attention that you were giving it just a few months back. It doesn't have to be a disastrous season. It could be something worth celebrating, like pregnancy. It could be something that you're celebrating, like a year of vacation, or a year that is really spent on focusing your own self-development. Or there could be unpredictable things that happen in our lives that have our businesses feeling slow, have our businesses slowing down. And so I'm here today to ensure that you stay on your rise, that you stay on your growth trajectory, that you stay in your expansive energy, even though you may desire to collapse. And taking a pause, taking a break, slowing down is not collapsing. And I'm going to share with you how to continue on your growth, how to double your revenue, how to make more money than you're making right now, even if you're experiencing heartbreak, even if you're experiencing something that you have no control over in your outside circumstance. Okay. And you may be thinking, okay, we talked about this in my 3-day event, the Discovery Call Secrets, where I helped you on day 2 to price a price that really nourishes your soul and has you doubling your income with ease. So I'm not going to talk about pricing today and raising your prices. However, if you know that you desire to have a more satisfying price, I'm going to leave the replay to Discovery Call Secrets, which was my 3-day event that I just finished up. And in day 2, I gave you my ideal pricing index, where you get to find the sweet spot between a price that is like, ooh, yes, I just like feel like this is my next level price. I really feel valued at this price. And this price transmits an energy of value for your potential client, so that they know by price alone that they're actually stepping into a portal of transformation, that they're actually going to be expanded, that they're actually going to finally get the result, the transformation, the change that they're looking for when they started Googling the problem that they have that your offering helps people to solve. So you can go to that link and you can get instant access to all 3 replays. And this is so fun. If you already signed up for Discovery Call Secrets, check the PSs of all of my daily emails and you will get instant access to that page. You don't have to re-sign up. You don't have to put in your email. Just go to that page and all 3 days are available for you. Amazing. So let's get into why today's topic is so very important. So some of us are treating our businesses like something that needs to serve us, like something that needs to work perfectly, that as soon as we put in X amount of time or X amount of energy, that it should be giving us Y amount of results. We treat our businesses like these machines before we actually oil these machines. So your business gets to run eventually like a juiced up, well-oiled machine. However, there are a few key concepts, key shifts, key practical, tactical tools that you get to offer your business first so that it starts to feed you in return. So this is coming through right now. It's not in my notes, but I am a very devotional human. I have a lot of Virgo energy in my chart, and I am a devotional human. I am in service to my clients. I'm in service to my sacred calling. I'm in service to the divine, to life itself. And there are certain energies that I really love to tap into, like the energy of Isis. And this is the goddess of fertility, an ancient Egyptian goddess. And it's an energy that is truly divine. It's motherly. It's nurturing and it's activating, and it's the energy of abundance and fertility and seeds and watering those seeds. And whenever I tap into the energy of Isis, I actually offer something first. So I have altars dedicated to Isis. I light candles dedicated to Isis. My friend, my friends, the cats that I have, they lovingly did what they do best, murderous beasts that they are, and they brought me a snake, and I saved that snake and made it as an offering to Isis. And so when we are asking the divine to bless our offerings, and we're asking the divine to bless our services and bless our sales pages and help us to guide our people home, are we simply taking from life? Are we only receiving, or are we offering something in return? And this is such a metaphor for life itself and what we were talking about in the beginning of this lesson, of the ebbs and flows. There's an in-breath and an out-breath. There's an offering and there's a receiving. Now, I'm going to talk to those of you who are over-givers and are giving more than you're receiving, and you're not actually open to receiving money in just a moment. But my first clue is, are you actually in service to your offering? Are you giving your message, your words, your energy to your business in a way that lets your people know that you are open for business, so that they can give you money, so that they can trade money in trade for your presence, your offering, your time, your wisdom, and your guidance, and your tools of transformation delivered especially by you? We want to first add value to the marketplace. We want to first serve our businesses and serve our offerings by adding value to the marketplace, much like I'm doing here. So I'm not just going to give you some cookie cutter strategies today. I'm really going to offer you unconventional tips that I know work for people like you, who are led by the soul, who are inspiring, who are living an unconventional lifestyle, who don't want to just follow some structure that you know is not going to work for you, because you are, let's face it, the most wild, bold, creative person that you know. And so you are actually a creator of structure. You are a creator of the pathway. You are a path leader. And when you are a leader on that path, you also want to open up to receive. So what I'm trying to say here now is, I can't definitely diagnose what is happening in your business and get to what could best benefit you until you are in my world closer and you are offering me your questions as a client, or even in one of these live videos. So if you have a question, if you have a challenge, bring it to these live transmissions, because I would love to guide you to seeing what's going to work for you, because there is like this balancing act that we play. Now, I'm a Libra. My birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to me. So fun. And when we think of these archetypes, like Isis, she has two wings, balanced wings, or the Libra energy, the only archetype in the zodiac that is an inanimate object. It's the scales. And there is a balancing that we get to play. It's a game that we get to play. Like, okay, I'm pushing too hard. So where can I open to receive? Or some of us are sitting in prayer, but we're not taking the aligned actions. And so in my program, I take a holistic approach where you're going to be guided deeply on making the mindset shifts that allow your energy to run in a flow. And I'm going to hand deliver you the structure that I have enacted in my business, and different kinds of strategies that you could run your creative energy through that are going to best work for you. So not every strategy is yours to take on. And that's the problem that a lot of soul-led leaders have in their businesses, because they get an idea and they think it's specifically for them. And they forget that any idea or any strategy gets to have 90 days to play out before we can even receive any data in our business that will allow us to really know if the strategy is working for us or not. So that's why I invite my clients to take action very soon on in their business development, no matter where they are. If they're looking to up level, or they're looking to make their first $2,000 in their business, we get to start taking action early on in those developmental phases, because we need data. We need that feedback loop. We need to have feed forward in our business. And that comes not from thinking about the actions we might possibly take someday. It comes from actually aligning, saying, I desire this. This is a possible action I could take. Let me try this. Let me see how it feels. Let me see what it's creating in my life. Let me up level that action. Let me refine that action. So if your strategy is to have a weekly live video, what I would, and the role that I would play in your life in business, is to help you upgrade your live presence and your live topics so that folks show up, so that folks are aligned with your message, so that folks are aligned with your offer, and your live video is working for you for years to come. And you are not just becoming a content creator on a content hamster wheel, but every piece is working for you to leave a legacy. It's like if you were an author, which I'm becoming in the next few years. I am writing a book, and I help some of my clients to finally get their books out as well, and how a book can strategically fit into the overall expansion and growth of their brand and business. And if you want to write a book, you get to take massive aligned action. And so, writing, creating, producing, making music, sharing your gifts, all of this is an act of creation. Okay. And so, the first thing that I see soul-led entrepreneurs doing that aren't aligned with actually making money and doubling their revenue is they share themselves online, and they make this mistakes by like just doing it day by day. They're like, okay, like there's something happening in my personal life, so I can't share my voice. And that's because they haven't batched their content. So I help my clients when they're in their most activated state, which is when they come into my program. They're like, wow, I've really invested in myself. I'm all in on myself. And that alone expands them and activates them and aligns them with the energy of creativity and creation itself. And they start moving. Ooh, and eventually, like the in breath has an out breath, something comes and slows them down, whether it's a thought or an actual outside circumstance or a world pandemic, whatever it is, something happens that they now feel like they would love some support around. And great, that's why I'm here, to deeply support my clients. And so, but when they're first coming into my program, I help them straight away with the creation process. When you are your most activated, when you are your most aligned, you get to batch your content. So I have thought of content topics well in advance. I have created written pieces well in advance. I repurpose content like a boss because I know that I do not have to be on every day. I am not some kind of machine or a clown that is here for your entertainment. I am a full human that has bad days, but I am also a badass business owner that works smarter and not harder. And so I have batch recorded things that when I don't feel in my creative mode, that I can do one of two things. I can get into a creative aligned energy, which is now very easy for me. And I offer my clients those activation practices that when you're feeling listless, and I'm going to share one with you towards the end of this lesson, so stay tuned. But when you're feeling listless, you actually have a medicine, a remedy, something that's going to get you back into your fullness and in your wholeness and in your desire to create for creation's sake. You want to create for creation's sake, and that is the most magnetic energy that you can have. That's what gets results. If the result that you're looking to create in your life is a filled out practice full of clients who are an absolute joy to work with, then you get to create for creation's sake and be in that magnetic energy. However, I know that when I was experiencing deep heartbreak and I was experiencing grief and a re-triggering of old patterns and wounds, I wasn't feeling like, ooh, let me create a reel about this. I wasn't like, ooh, this is so inspiring. Let me inspire other people with my heartbreak. However, I flipped that thought, and I actually did, like right now. I created this piece of content that shows my humanness and shows you and inspires you to know that no matter what you are going through, you get to continue to attract clients. You do not have to be some clown on the internet that is high vibe all the time. That's like, look at me, my life is perfect. When you don't actually have to be perfect to make a lot of money and make feel good money, right? Make money that feels good. You can let making money actually activate you and have you in your feel good process in alignment with creation. It's lovely when the things that we create get seen. I don't focus on creating viral content, but you better believe when one of my content pieces gets seen by a lot of people from however the algorithm works. We're not trying to hack the algorithm. We're trying to create pieces that touch other humans and then bring them closer to our offers. And when other humans, and many of them, see my content piece that is a creation, it's a live living creation that I created for the joy of creation and for the purpose of bringing people towards my offer, and a lot of people see that, I feel good. Can you allow yourself to be seen and feel good in being witnessed in your creative energy? And can you allow, here's the next level, an expert tip, can you also allow that feel good process to be seen in the things that others have deemed, ew, oh, you're going through heartbreak, gross. You have to go over there and be in your heartbreak alone. No, that's not how it is in our world. Your shadows, your depth, your wholeness is meant to be seen. And if you don't have anyone in your life that's really witnessing you and praising you for your hard work and for your aligning every time and for your depth and for your tears, then you are not in the right room. If you do not have someone by your side co-creating with you that understands that the act of creation is going to bring up wounds, it's going to bring up things in you, and you just get to be seen in that, and there's no problem in that, then you are in the wrong room and you have the wrong mentor, because you are a deep person. You are no stranger to tears. You are no stranger to rejection. You are no stranger to shadows. You are no stranger to depth. In fact, you are the person who has created an offer that's deep and actually helps people be seen in their emotional world, right? And so you just get to go first. Are you always holding space for someone's deep emotions, or are you also being witnessed in your tears and being witnessed in your challenges, right? So if you create content in a batch, then all you get to do on those days where you're like, I don't fucking feel like doing this, is you get to own that feeling. You get to own and say, there's nothing wrong with me because I don't fucking feel like doing this. There is nothing wrong with you if some days you don't fucking feel like doing anything. Nothing wrong with you. And what's great is you get to take 3 minutes to press send on something that you created in another moment. Or you get to show up as you are, revealing. I just put out a post today about masculine and feminine qualities, and I don't admonish masculine qualities or feminine qualities. And this is not about being female or male or non-binary. This is about qualities that are yang, qualities that are yin. This is about activating, being direct, having forward motion, and having a knowing of where you're going, and also being receiving and relaxing and being open and revealing. So a content piece in that moment wouldn't be like, I just got to push through this. Let me just grit my teeth. Let me just struggle my way through everything. No, the content piece in that moment is offering people the inspiration of revealing your true self. like I'm doing now. So last launch, I called in 9 beautiful souls who have been getting amazing results, like creating thousands of dollars in their business, calling in their dream clients, putting together offers that it used to take them years to even think about this offer. And now their offer is created into market. People are joining their offers. I called in 9 gorgeous souls who meet me each week in their depth, who are open to receive, who are coachable, who bring me their questions, who bring me their sales pages for reviews. That was a dream come true for me. And I did it while I was going through heartbreak, while my father was in the hospital, while a great friend of mine passed away. All of this happened, and I created $50,000 in my business. I created recurring revenue in my business while going through heartbreak, while experiencing the grief of death, while experiencing old wounds being re-triggered in my body. Why was I able to create all of that success, double my revenue, continue on my growth trajectory? Wasn't because I grit my teeth. It was because I received support. It was because I still felt worthy to receive clients and receive money, even though the outside circumstances were not flowing in the direction I had planned. And here's the thing, we cannot plan our lives. We cannot plan what life and what God and what universe has to offer us for our growth. We cannot even know the miracles that are about to take place for us for simply going all in on our wholeness. You could make more money than you thought was possible. You can receive more clients than you thought was you could energetically hold capacity for. One client that I'm working with now already joined for the next round of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, and she thought that she only had capacity for 5 clients. And we worked on that. That's the thoughts that we worked on. That's the energetic expansions that we made together. She called in, I believe, 8 clients. She told me 8 clients, almost made her whole investment back. And we've only been working together for 1 month. We haven't even begun the full program yet. This is a testament to her and her ability to go all in on herself. She went through a hurricane in this last month. She has 2 small children. She has a husband. She is a family woman. She is a caretaker. She finally was like, I'm going all in on myself. It's my time. She opened to receive. She brought her challenges. She went all in. She never once hustled. She never once got on the grind mobile. She just knew that she wanted to share her voice more potently than she ever had before. And now she's on her way to her first 10K month from one offer with a spacious business that she's now serving more highly in her gifts. And that's what it's all about. That's the transformation we're making together. Okay. And so it's not about producing a bunch of content, mediocre content. It's about creating miracles in your life where other people stay average, where other people say, well, this is kind of working. Well, my offerings kind of lights me up. No, if it kind of lights you up, it doesn't light you up. And I help you to create the offer that you desire to wake up and create content for, because creating content for that offer is about as fun as creating the offer itself. Creating your legacy content gets to be as fun as and exciting and as soul led as delivering the offer itself. And I want to give that to you, that your whole business gets to be fun and gets to be easy. And I'm here to ensure that when the obstacles come, that they don't collapse you into stop and start energy, that they don't collapse you into those old patterns of belief of, can I really do this? Or is this just for other people? Or, oh, great, now something's happened in my life and I'm not going to be able to make money. That's old paradigm thinking. That's the entanglement that we grew up with, that money equals hard work and hard work equals money. It's not the truth or reality of life. abundance, money, cash, clients, and a great deal of them, a great deal of that. And all of that happening in a flow is not outside of yourself, is not based on the circumstances in your life. It's an energy that you get to create and cultivate from within and tap into. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design and offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. Now, I've been working with some human design professionals, and they say, okay, generators have this unlimited supply of energy. All right, great, fine. That's really beautiful. You don't have to be a human design expert to understand that what you want to do and your desires, you get to do it. Despite, you get to accomplish it. You get to see it manifest in form. You get to let it flow to you, no matter what your human design is, no matter what your chart, what you were born with. You get to work with these states of awareness. You get to work with these design characteristics. You get to work with the archetypes of the universe. We are living in a symbolic world. And so no matter what you are feeling, no matter what the outside circumstance is offering you, no matter what you're visioning and seeing in your reality, you get to create what you desire to create. Whether it's a piece of content, whether it's 5 new clients, whether it's the life of your dreams, whether it's freedom in every moment, there are little things that you can set up in the way, on your way, that get you there faster, that get you there with more ease. It's not going to stop the world from being a dumpster fire sometimes. It's not going to stop people from dying. It's not going to stop the sun from rising. There are things that are out of your control. And I am here to support you with the things that are in your control, really, and it's in your control. It is. And you may think that you are just a rag doll in the wind, that the universe has full control over you. And this is your chart now, and now you can only do this, or this is what society said is available for you because you have brown skin, black skin, you are of this nationality, you're a woman, you're non-binary, you're queer identified, you are a minority group. This is what you get. These are your breadcrumbs. No, that's not the universe that you're hearing there. That's not what these structures of human design and astrology and whatever structure system that you're utilizing in your life to help expand you. If it's limiting you, you're not listening correctly, honestly. And so if you become listless in your business, if you become uninspired, if you become dull, if you become non-magnetic. These are energies that are not very magnetic. They kind of like they have you just kind of, oh, whatever, listless, whatever, I don't care. If you ever feel like you don't actually care, well, let's see and go underneath and get deep and decide that we are not here for an average life of dullness. We are here for freedom. And that freedom also gets to start from your thoughts. Are you willing to become free of thoughts that are not serving you? Are you willing to become free of childhood wounds? Now, I want to get into another unconventional way that you can double your revenue no matter what your personal life is showing to you or happening. So I've been doing a lot of inner child work, and I've been working with my clients on different techniques to help them to really reparent themselves. Because I know when I was in start or stop energy, and I love my younger self, I love my inner child, but I was in start and stop energy because if I didn't want to do something, I just was like, fuck it. Nothing's working anyway, so I might as well not do it. Or like I would have these thoughts of like just doubts that I could actually be the person that I wanted to become. But of course I had these doubts because that's the way our mind works. Our mind and our brains are designed to keep ourselves safe, but our heart's alignment and our soul's purpose is beyond that comfort of safety. It's not even safety, it's an illusion of safety. Our brains are hardwired from tribal days when actual saber-toothed tigers were chasing us around, right? Or you may have experienced a difficult childhood where you weren't as safe as your divine birthright would. We are meant to be safe. We get to be safe. And the reality is that many of us didn't have a perfectly safe childhood. We didn't experience that sense of safety. And so that's now in our systems. However, the inner child work, the real inner child work, doesn't just placate to our inner child. If my inner child was running this show, like, who knows where we'd be, but I wouldn't be here in my devotional practice of showing up and adding value to the marketplace so that you can feel safe to invest. And so your role as a business owner is to show up and add value to the marketplace so that people can feel safe to invest thousands of dollars with you. If you believe in yourself and your offer and your voice, then other people will land on that. And you just get to now show up in that belief. And so, but if my inner child sometimes wakes up and goes, I don't want to, I don't want to. And that's also my inner teenager. I don't want to. I want to be free. But we mistake freedom with being able to do whatever the F we want. And you get to do whatever the F you want, what your souls want. And if you really look inside, your soul wants to be nourished. It's like with eating. Of course, I want to just eat chocolate cake. Of course, I want to just eat chocolate cake. And I get to have one slice of cake. Otherwise, I'm going to feel disgusting and like spend the afternoon throwing up and not feel my best to be able to go live and feel best, not even to go live, but to be able to serve my clients at the highest capacity. So my inner teen and my inner child wants to eat chocolate cake. So when I hear that voice of my inner child, I don't want to do this. I want to eat chocolate cake and do nothing and sit in the sun. Amazing. I offer that to my inner child. Great. Amazing. And also, do you think that we can make a post first? Would you like to also share your voice first and be seen and witnessed in that? And then we eat the cake. And sometimes the inner child goes, no, I really, really need the cake. Then we get to. And we get to do that. We get to reparent ourselves because we are now the bosses of our lives. We are now the parents of our inner child. And we get to offer our inner child the things that she wasn't offered as a child. And that might be chocolate cake. And it also might be safety. We are safe to share our voice. Are we avoiding sharing our voice? Because avoidance is not going to get us to where we want to be. And so if you're avoiding sharing your voice, if you're avoiding doing the work, if you're avoiding being coached because and I can see why it's scary, because if you feel like you're doing something wrong when you get feed forward or feedback, when your coach gets to mirror back to you the expansions that are available for you, if you always feel like you're doing something wrong when you receive loving mirroring, then that's what you get to work on. And I have noticed that in some of my clients, but the clients that get really fast success, they are coachable. They are there for the dark spots that they can't see on their own. They are there for the deepening, for the depth, for the going, oh, wow, yeah, you're right. This has been a pattern for me. And now I know this pattern hasn't been serving me to just eat chocolate cake all day when my body actually wants fruits and vegetables, to just sit in the sun all day, that burns my skin, to just have a business with no structure because I think that's freedom. No, my love. There's so much freedom in the structure. Because when you have my repurposing strategy, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. When you have my content distribution strategy and you know exactly where you're going to share your content, and it just takes a few extra moments of your time to share content so that your voice is amplified and you're seen by more people and you're growing your audience and you're growing your offer, and you're utilizing the structure that I offer, and you're even maybe playing with the structure to align it more with your human design or the way that you want to show up, or maybe you're a mother and you have 5 young children, and so you have to do your work at a certain time in the day. Like all of that, I don't tell you everything. I don't tell you how to live your freaking life. You are not an inner child. You have an inner child. This is a part of you, right? And so what we get to do in a very loving way is soothe that inner child by allowing that inner child to be seen and decide who gets to run the show. The most empowered version of you is also a part of you. So if you don't feel empowered because life is mirroring to you that there's room to grow, and so you don't feel empowered, or you feel like you're doing something wrong, or old wounds come up around being seen, then this is what soul-led entrepreneurship is all about. So my program is not a course that you get to go through or have to go through on your own. And when an obstacle comes, that all you have is a crummy worksheet and that's it. You get all the worksheets that you desire in my offer, where you'll be able to align, and my worksheets extract the depth of what your offer is and how to speak about it in ways that land with high paying clients. The worksheets are there for a reason. Nothing I offer you is busy work. And it's not a course that you have to take yourself through and build that self-motivation all the time. We are together every week, daily, if you desire, to get those activations, to share in this life together, to get those mirrorings and coaching. And that's why I am highly valued for what I do. That's why there's not a dinky rinky price tag on my offer, because I truly and deeply care that all of you is a part of this process, immersive experience where your mindset gets to shift and your soul gets to be witnessed in your soul's desires. Because I guarantee your soul does not desire to stop again. I guarantee your soul does not desire to take a dip in your revenue just because something has happened in your life that you didn't plan. And so this doesn't mean that you will need to work harder. This doesn't mean that you will have to work more. You will get to work smarter, not harder in my business. You will get to utilize your unique gifts to expand and have more people see you. And we will decide on a personalized strategy for you. If all of this is resonating with you, if you are like, yes, finally, I'm going to be deeply supported. Yes, finally, I'm going to be deeply seen. Yes, finally, it doesn't matter if we are speaking the same language. It doesn't matter if we are the exact person or not. Actually, my differences are going to expand you to see that your differences are what make you attractive to your paying clients. And my difference is you're going to be able to pull in the archetype. If you need more structure, you're going to get more structure. If you need more play, you're going to get more play. And that is what is offered to you in a high value group program like mine. So come and immerse yourself in the conscious creative business immersion so that you don't have to waste years making the mistake of thinking you can do it on your own, because you can do it on your own. And who's going to hold space and see you when your inner child is having an absolute fit? Who's going to hold space for you and see you when you feel like you can't go on anymore? Who's going to hold space for you and see you when you're rolling, when you're like, yes, I'm celebrating 20 clients, and people in your family, they don't care. They're not celebrating you like that because they don't get what it is that you do. We do. We do. I do. The folks that I'm calling in for you, the folks that have applied for my conscious creative business immersion are going to get you. They're going to be your biz besties for life if you allow them into your life. If you get inside of a room of expanders, you will be expanded. So we are about to wrap this up. I want to make sure that I got into the 3 unconventional ways and just give you a little bit, a clue in. So the one was just like winging everything, no plan, like just going on intuition alone, which you get to be an intuitive. You get to flow with your creative energy. And some days you're not going to be in a flow state, and we can either force yourself back into a flow state, gradually come back to our flow state, or just share a piece of content and let yourself be stuck. Also, the thing that that differentiates me from a lot of guides is I understand that you cannot fight resistance with resistance. And when you allow yourself to just be how you are, if you're sad today, then you get to be sad and see that as a gift of being a fully vibrant human, a whole person, because I truly believe that we are only capable of experiencing our states of joy based on how deep we allow ourselves to feel sadness, because there's a range of emotions, and the emotional world is not something to shut off. When we shut off our emotional world, we shut off our creative energy. So your pleasure is not outside of your business. Your pleasure is not something that you do alone in your room. Your business gets to be pleasurable if you allow even the challenges and obstacles to be a pleasurable experience, because you know that this is the moment that brings more character into your life, and more character and uniqueness. And the more interesting you are, then the more interesting you are to your high paying clients, and the more readily they love paying you, right? Perfection is boring, so we can just crumple that out. If you're looking to be perfect, I'm not the girl for you, because I am not perfect. And I've made thousands and thousands of dollars, over $300,000 from one signature soul aligned offer, over $1 million over the lifetime of me being a soulpreneur, an entrepreneur, over 10 years. And you just get to decide that you can make money, be open to receive, even in times of heartache, even in times of seasons in business where you're more internal. It doesn't even need to be a big catastrophic breakup. You can actually just be, I'm feeling myself. I'm in these self-development programs. I do have one client that she wants to launch next year, but she was in my program this year. And great for her, because now she developed her program from a place of ease, from a place of creativity, from a place of what her soul wants to create, and not from a place of how much money can I make this year. And if you desire to make $10,000 next month, I will offer you exactly how to make that possible. In our first session, the pathway to 10K strategy map, whether you want to make a 10K week, a 10K month, or a 10K quarter, a 100K quarter, like, we're actually going to take the revenue goal that feels really amazing to you, and we're going to also see how many clients are you energetically aligned with calling in now. And we get to see and play with numbers and play with what you are willing to do and be a part of over the next 3 months so that you actually get it, what it is that you want, so that it's not forcing, so that it's not running up against a wall of resistance and we just got to break through that. That's not how it works. I'm a yoga teacher. In the first moment, I don't go bend over and touch your toes. We warm it up. We warm it up. Just like you get to warm up your audience. So if there are folks in your audience now that are new, or they don't quite understand what it is that you do, or your offer is new, then they're a cold audience. And we just want to warm them up, like you warm up your body before you get into that peak pose. So if peak pose for you is dancer's pose, peak pose for you is a 10K week, then let's create that. Let's move towards that. And let's move towards that. Of course, there's going to be places where you feel stretched. That's a part of it. Of course, there's going to be places where you feel challenged. That's a part of it. And can we let our soul-led businesses be our healing? Because when you don't give up, when you stay on your path, this is healing. When you still attract the amount of clients that you desire to attract, even though people didn't believe you could, this is healing. And go ahead, go, I told you so. Why not? I want you to be you. I want you to be you. If you're a badass, little bold, little firecracker, then you just get to be more of that. If you are sweet and sensitive and open and heart-centered and Pisces and intuitive and teary-eyed, then you get to be more of that. We are going to take your best characteristics and we're going to expand on them, and we're going to lean into the places that you want to lean into. Lean in is not forced through. Lean in is not forced through. Leaning back is not forced through. When you're in a sales conversation, are you pressuring, pushing someone to buy because you need money this month? Or are you leaning back in the knowing that your offer is just world class? If you want a world class offer that you know how to express the true value of, then apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I would love to guide you from maybe low cost workshop facilitator, one-off session charging $100, $80 an hour. We are not hourly rate kind of people. People are paying us for a full transformation. And that's why you get to package up your gifts and skills and wisdom and presence into a high value offer where you're not being paid hourly, where you're not trading time for dollars, where you're in your creative expression and taking a stand for people's desires and visions and changes they want to make, and being the one to guide them back to that. So if your inner child wants to act feisty and cross their arms and say, I don't wanna, guess what? I'm gonna help you create a business where you could cross your arms and say, I don't want, and your content will be working for you for years to come. Legacy content. I'm gonna teach you and show you exactly how to create a signature talk that works for you for years to come, where you could pop it on your website and folks download it and it warms people up for you, right? And while you're doing whatever it is that you want to do, while you're in a session with your therapist, while you're on vacation with your children, while you're sitting by the fire, while you're binge watching Netflix, like, you get to both be in your let's go, ready to go, let's play, let's create, and your I'm chilling, I'm not doing nothing today. You are the boss. You are the boss, the CEO, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take you from following cookie cutter strategies to knowing exactly how you want to create your business, become devotional to your business. And I'm right there to offer you creative feed forward on your sales pages, your content, and your graphics, any creative asset, your curriculum, the offer itself. We have weekly live creative reviews that you can come to, where I will be there by your side to not just hold space for your mindset, but to actually help you to tweak your content. It could be 1 or 2 words that adds thousands of dollars to your revenue each month. I'm telling you, my clients are not like like people who don't know how to share their voice or don't know what they want or don't know how to do this. You've been doing whatever you've been doing for a long time. You have been sharing content, and it could be three subtle shifts. It could be one breakthrough moment that takes you from the income plateau, 2K, 5K months, to consistent 10K months, and knowing exactly how to repeat that process. That's going to be fun. All right, folks, this has been so lovely, and I can't wait to see you next week for our live transmission. If you have any questions on the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, first you can go ahead and apply with the link in this description, and then go ahead and message me if you're not sure if you're a right fit. The application will help determine that, but I know that you're a right fit if you already know that you're good at what you do. If you love serving clients, you don't have to have served hundreds of clients, just a few, even if it's folks for a low cost. My role is to help you to raise your prices, own your price, not wobble in your price when you're on a sales call, and to actually make more sales in a heart-centered way and feel like a sales ceremonialist. All right, I will see you so soon, folks. Bye.